We have three main goals in writing Species Counterpoint. Number one, the counterpoint melody needs an independent, identifiable melodic contour that is distinct from but consistent with the cantus firmus. Secondly, melodies need to flow into their cadential goals, which is to say they have horizontal motion towards their final. And thirdly, the counterpoint and cantus firmus need to harmonically agree with one another. This is the vertical aspect of our writing. One of the analytical tools we use to focus on the relationship between the counterpoint and the cantus firmus is to compare the relative motion between these voices. And there are four possible types of motion between two voices: parallel, similar, oblique, and contrary. Let's use our counterpoint example from video 2, the introduction to counterpoint. Parallel motion indicates that both voices are moving in the same direction and maintain the same intervallic distance between them. Notice that in measures 2, 3, and 4, both voices are moving down by step. Since they are maintaining the same harmonic interval of a tenth for these three measures, we classify this relative motion as being parallel. Do you see any other instances of parallel motion in this example? How about measures 5 and 6? We're moving in parallel sixths. Any more? Yeah, measures 8, 9, and 10 use parallel sixths as well. So a lot of parallel motion here. The second type of motion is similar motion. In similar motion, the two voices move in the same direction without maintaining the same harmonic interval. Do you see anywhere the two voices are either going up or both going down, but not moving in parallel motion? There's only one place in the example I see similar motion, and that's at the very beginning. Both voices are going up, but the upper voice is going up a fifth, right? The counterpoint is going up a fifth, and the lower voice, the cantus firmus, is going up a third. So they're both going up in the same direction, but they're not going the same amount. So since they are moving in the same direction but at different distances, the relative motion is similar motion. The next type is oblique motion. Oblique motion refers to the cantus firmus moving while the counterpoint stays on the same note. I'll have to change the counterpoint a little to create oblique motion. There. Now, at the beginning of the counterpoint, the first note is tied over into the second note, creating static motion. Since the cantus firmus moves and the counterpoint doesn't, this is called oblique motion. The fourth and final type of relative motion is contrary motion. Contrary motion simply means the two voices are moving in opposite directions. Do you see any contrary motion here? Where does the counterpoint go up as the cantus firmus goes down, or vice versa? I count 4 different instances of contrary motion, and the first one is in measures 4 and 5. The cantus is leaping up a fourth, and the counterpoint steps down. There are other examples of contrary motion in measures 6 to 7, measures 7 to 8, and then finally measures 10 and 11. Finding equilibrium between contrary and parallel motion will usually imbue a counterpoint with a good balance of similarities and contrasts with the cantus firmus. Okay, so to review, there are four types of relative motion. There's parallel motion. The two voices move in the same direction and the same distance. Similar motion, they move in the same direction, but at different intervallic distances. Oblique motion, the counterpoint stays put while the cantus firmus moves. And contrary motion, the voices move in opposite directions. Thanks.